Hey, what's going on, guys? Kenneth Ray here. Just want to come to you and talk to you quickly about business principles. Now, business principles are solid. They're principles for a reason. They don't change. And I see a lot of people in the home-based business industry, and they're trying to get these checks in the mail. You know, it's a certain way to go about doing that. You know, if you come into a business and a person says talk to your family and friends, you got to understand when people tell you that, you got to think to yourself, do you think your family and friends, by talking to 2 or 3 family members that may join you, that's going to create financial freedom for you? You know, guys, here I'm with the company Lightyear, and we have something that's unlike anything I've ever seen. I mean, when you talk about the company from a product standpoint, from a compensation standpoint, from a leadership standpoint, and the system that we have that's proprietary to our team that has made us the fastest growing team in Lightyear history, you got to say to yourself, that may be an offer that is hard to refuse. But let me share with you why a person may not get it right away. Why they would just say, oh, I'm not going to even take a look at that thing. Okay, because they've been conditioned. And that's what I want to talk about. Conditioning is a very powerful thing, and it's hard to overcome. So when you see the information that you'll see right here on this website, go to that website, you're going to see some powerful information. When you go there, have an open mind so you can receive. But let me show you how powerful conditioning is. Now, here I want to just show you, give you an example. Let's say here, and I'm not the best artist, okay? So here, let's draw a picture of an elephant, a baby elephant, okay? A baby elephant, okay? And here's the little trunk, and boom. Okay, now, when it's a baby, let's say, you know, the little baby is tied to a stake. It has a little bitty string and a stake. Okay? Can you see that? You see the little elephant there? Has a little bitty string and a little stake that it's tied to. And that little elephant tries to get away and can't get away from that little, little string because it's pretty tough. So they can't get away. Now, over time, that elephant grows up to be a big, gigantic elephant. Okay? Now he's the big elephant. Alright? Now, let's take what happens when we talk about conditioning, the mindset of the elephant. And you can use this analogy for people as well, because over time people are conditioned in a certain way. And so if they go from one home-based business, they try this or try that, and never really get the strategy on how to really make a business work, well, they're going to be disappointed. They're going to go from disappointment to disappointment, and they finally get to the point where they're just like, I'm just done. I'm just settled. I guess it's just not for me. Well, that's because of conditioning. So over time, as this elephant grows up, he's big. Guess what, guys? He still has the little string and the little stake. Can you see that? Even though he's big enough to tear away from this little bitty little string and stake here, he doesn't, because of the mind. Okay, that's a little brain right there. It's been conditioned to think a certain way. Now, if I were to go in and say, hey, look, let me educate this big elephant. Say, hey, elephant, let me whisper in your ear. Do you know you can break away from that little rope that is holding you? If I show you the way, will you do it? Okay? And so I tell him to step away. Boom. And he tears away from the little string. See, he broke free because he was open to listen to what I was sharing with him, the game plan. Regardless of you not had success, guys, there are, again, business principles that you follow and you have the success. Now, there's no guarantee, of course, but, if you look at the business model of a franchise like a McDonald's, there are certain guidelines you have to go through, okay? You have to, go to McDonald's University, okay? They don't allow you to start the franchise unless you get trained and learn the certain things it takes to run a business. They have a system, and that's what we have here with Lightyear, guys. Our team, we have a system that is, if you follow this system, guys, your chance of having success are very great. Okay, very great, because we do things that are just not ordinary. We do things, again, from a business standpoint. We don't do things like a hobby, those principles. You do things like a hobby, you're going to get those same results. When you only know how to talk to your family and friends, and if you talk to your family and friends and they don't join, guess what, guys? You're done. And then you're on to the next shiny deal. But what if someone came along and shared a little secret with you, some principles, so you can break away from not having that success that you've been looking for? Guys, I can show you how to do it. I've done it. Again, documentate. These checks hit my mailbox for every week for a reason. Okay? They just don't fly because I don't know what I'm talking about. You see our team members, how they have success. I had a young lady that came in with me the other day. She came join the business, and when I talked to her, she was just hyping on, Kenneth, I've never had success. I've tried these things and it just hasn't worked. What do you know that's different? And then I shared with her the business principles that we have with our system. And she called me the other day, excited as all get out. She said, Kenneth, someone has gone to my system and they have interest. What do I do? And I told her, you know what, we'll call them up together. So I called up the prospect, we called together, and we just pointed them to another website, a tour guide. And she just thanked me for just sharing with her the message, the system, the training. We have it in place, guys. We can show you how to finally win. So I hope you take this to heart and kind of really think about conditioning. It's a very powerful thing, and sometimes it can hurt you. It closes your mind. We want to open your mind just a little bit so we can impart some certain principles. Principles don't change. They stay the same. They work pretty much all the time. So let me share with you what I shared with that young lady that brought her out, and she broke free. She broke free of the conditioning, the bondage that has held her from having the success that she's been desiring. I can help you do the same thing. So visit my website down below. See what we got going on, guys. Just see if it makes sense to you. Go to that website right now. Check it out. There's no strings attached. It's just information. I want you to be informed when you make the decision. But I'm quite sure when you see what you see on the other side, you will be very impressed. And I really look forward to working with you. We can help you. This is Kenneth Reed signing out. Take care. Bye-bye.